I would like to state for the record that I do understand why some vegans don't eat meat, and in fact I agree with some of their principles. Yes, it is true that you really only need to eat meat once a week to eat healthy, and red meat should be avoided. I personally hardly eat meat, and when I do I tend to avoid red meats. Also, I do agree that many animals in the food industry are mistreated, especially in the final process that occurs in the abattoir. The thing I find most annoying is that many vegans are so aggressive in their ideas and so fundamental. What pisses me off is how some of them chat so much shit like vegan gains and they all bum lick him, bruv. I have had enough of that shit. So what I'm going to do is chat shit and see how vegans like it. Vegans obviously eat plants, right? Right, well, what about plants? Don't they have feelings? Don't they have families? You are probably thinking that doesn't make sense. Plants aren't as advanced as animals and humans. They don't even have a nervous system. However, I would argue that there are more complicated means of communication between living beings. That is not restricted in just having a nervous system. A recent study tested if plants could feel. What they discovered was when plants were being eaten, they detected gases released. These gases resonated to a frequency that suggests to the scientists the plants feel pain, so basically they scream when they are being eaten. Another study showed that when two plants are put together and one is infected, it releases chemicals in the air that cause and stimulate the plant next to it to produce antibiotics. This helped prevent the spread of disease. Another study showed that in a forest, trees would channel nutrients down their roots to saplings until the saplings were big enough to obtain light themselves in the dense forest. To you this may seem no more than reaction to stimuli, but the same was thought of animals not so long ago. In fact, we didn't even scientifically know they could feel pain before this century, and if you're still not convinced and sat there saying, well, they're just plants, then I could say the same about animals. Plants have a deep intrinsic community that one should respect, but yet almost every human being eats them, and I think what I am trying to say is the same goes for animals. I do agree animals have deep emotions and need better treatment in farms. But to fend off meat completely is not really the best of solutions. Campaign and start a political movement that will rid antibiotics and animal feed and give animals better living conditions. This may help the cause of those who are vegans and not being belittling and looking down on people that eat meat. Vegan Gains is an example because he just attacks anyone who is not a vegan instead of looking at a broader picture. I doubt the world will be ready to become vegan. In fact, second world countries that are developing, such as India, which has a population of 1 billion and 30% are vegans or vegetarians, where living standards is getting better, but the increase in GDP means more people want to spend money on luxuries, such as meat. So in fact the demand for meat is rising in these developing countries, which counters the vegan trend. Chat shit, get banged.